News with Lauren Stallone.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. London's mayor is leading a nationwide effort to get federal funding invested in big city cores. With more on his pitch, here's Jerry Dewan.
Downtowns across Canada continue to be impacted by mental health issues, addictions, and a lack of affordable housing. The Federation of Canadian Municipalities, holding their annual convention in Edmonton this week, is looking for funding in the upcoming federal budget to address those concerns.
We know that downtowns are suffering. We know that downtowns are hurting. And we know that revitalization of our downtowns is a nation-building project.
London Mayor Josh Morgan is chair of the FCM's Big City Mayors Caucus, which represents 23 of Canada's largest municipalities. He says healthy downtowns are a key economic driver.
Not only is this our calling card to the world for tourism, but investments, every industrial investment, every person who visits a city thinking about bringing jobs or a factory here, they usually land in hotels in our downtown cores.
The Big City Mayors say downtown investments could address a wide range of issues from sewer and water repairs, housing, transit, and safety.
The state of those downtowns, how they are healthy, how the situation on the street looks, how public safety feels, these are critical.
Morgan says each municipality would be able to set their own priorities, and that would be the same for London. One big-ticket project that's on the city's radar is the replacement of City Hall. The current City Hall was a centennial project from 1967. There's also been discussions around creating a transit hub near the convention center, possibly partnering with Via Rail. But Morgan says London projects could have a broader scope.
We know that we would like to expand our municipal treatment services. We have those as some of our budget asks. And so that critical infrastructure investments that benefit the entire city also are strategically investments that benefit the downtown core of the city.
And Morgan will continue to have a significant voice in advocating for big cities. He has been named chair of the caucus for another 2-year term, which is a break from tradition. Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
Workers at Community Living London were back on the picket line today calling for higher wages and increased provincial funding as clients and families begin to feel the effects of the ongoing strike.
These guys here at Community Living are the real heroes. They need it.
Hundreds of OPSEU workers with Community Living London rallied together Thursday, demanding higher wages and retroactive pay.
We're just looking to Doug Ford's government to pay the 6.5 that was ordered by the courts back to our sectors and to give a funding increase for our sector so that so many families can get off waiting lists and their loved ones can get support.
The strike started 2 weeks ago.
Our members are strong, our members are solid, and they're not backing down, and we're not tired yet.
Since then, the group homes and programs they support have been understaffed, something Chris Lozon has felt firsthand.
I'm working at the Idlewild Inn and Spa. Been there for over 10 years now. The services that Community Living provides is once every 3 or 4 months, a job coach will come in to see how things are going.
Lozon has been receiving support from Community Living London since he was 17 years old.
Chris has really kind of come into his own. He's gotten really involved with Special Olympics. That has really boosted his confidence, just having a job, feeling like he's part of the community.
For him, the impact of the strike extends beyond his own services. His 14-year-old daughter, who also receives support through Community Living London, has seen her routine disrupted.
It wrecks her routine a little because she knows the dates on her calendar that she puts on her phone, what days she goes to these homes to get away, and that just wrecks her routine now.
Lozon says he hopes the union can get what they're asking for sooner rather than later.
Get this over with. Get these people what they deserve.
A new animal shelter in our region is almost ready to welcome residents. The facility in St. Thomas has been in the works for years, and as Brian Bicknell reports, the need has only grown in that time.
A couple of dogs hang out at the old and cramped St. Thomas Animal Shelter on Burwell Road. But life may be about to change for the better for these two.
3, 2, 1.
St. Thomas cut the ribbon on its brand new animal services building. Volunteers and animal advocates are ecstatic.
So it's just more entertaining, more stimulating, more everything for them. So it just it's really exactly what they need, what we need. Well, you know,
it's very dignified.
Yes,
for everybody all around.
I've been part of the shelter off and on for 30 years. To see this finally, even though we needed it back then, we need it today in a way we couldn't have possibly imagined we needed it.
Located on the southern edge of the city at Southdale Line and Bill Martin Parkway, the 5,600 square foot center has 20 dog runs and 42 cat cages, plus flex space for kittens and puppies. Animal Services Coordinator Laura Keats says it couldn't come at a more crucial time.
Especially post-COVID, all those animals that were bred and purchased while everyone was working from home, now all of a sudden people are back in the workspace and they don't have time in their lives for their animals, and as well as the community or the economy. People are really struggling, so they have to give up their pets just to feed themselves.
It's been more than a decade in the making with several delays. The cost of the facility coming in at just over $4 million.
It ended up being more costly than we'd hoped it would be, but it is just gorgeous. As a pet lover myself, this is the type of place you'd love your pet to end up before you came to pick it up after it got away one day.
A public tour is set for June 13th with an opening date later this month. And that's something to bark about. Brian Bicknell, CTV News, St. Thomas.
Police say 2 Sarnia residents faced charges after a drug raid yesterday. Sarnia police say they executed a search warrant on a home on Cromwell Street where they found almost 2 kilograms of cocaine and $30,000 cash. They say the drugs have an estimated street value of $200,000. An emotional day in court today for the families of 2 men who were gunned down in 2 separate shootings. As Nick Paparella reports, the 2 men accused in those killings entered guilty pleas today to lesser charges.
Jonathan Zach was just 29 years old when he was walking home through a northeast London park after a night of board games with friends on May 31st of 2012. The court heard that he unfortunately ran into William McDonald and Thomas Lacko. Zach was robbed and fatally shot in the chest. Years later, McDonald would be found guilty of second-degree murder and Lacko guilty of manslaughter. After an appeals court reversed the decisions, the 2 men were back in court, pleading guilty to lesser charges. McDonald to manslaughter and Lacko to robbery with a firearm. Jonathan's mother, Jean, lost her only child 14 years ago and told the court, "My joy in life is completely gone. Why would someone take a gun and shoot at somebody they did not know?"
It's been a rough week because the 14th anniversary was May 31st, and yesterday he would have been 44. Now today I watched the sentence go down. It's been hard all of April and all of May.
In the other case that was overturned by an appeals court, McDonald on his own pled guilty to a charge of manslaughter after shooting his one-time friend Emmanuel Awai at a Connaught Avenue apartment in December of 2016. The Awai family was also in court and in their victim impact statement said, "It has forever cast a dark shadow in our lives. The family has never been the same." Outside the courthouse, the family of Emmanuel Awai continue to struggle with his loss and admit that no sentence can bring him back.
I just feel awkward, but there is nothing that I can do. I cannot return him back, and he's gone.
In a joint sentencing submission from the Crown and the defense, Lacko, who already spent the equivalent of 12 years behind bars, walked out of the London courtroom a free man. Meanwhile, McDonald told the court he was sorry and turned to the families saying, "I live with the sadness of knowing what my actions have caused." Justice Bruce Thomas then gave him a total of 20 years for the killings, and with credit for time served, he has just under 8.5 years left. The judge turned to the families and said, "My punishment cannot begin to heal the emotional wounds the victims feel." Justice Thomas added, "This, I'm sure, doesn't provide any satisfactory closure, but it's the best I can do."
What do you miss the most about Jonathan, about your boy?
Oh, just seeing him and his smile, and the hugs, you know, just talking to them. All the things that mothers miss when their kids are gone.
Nick Paparella, CTV News.
Jury members at the Drew Pearson inquest have come back with 15 recommendations meant to prevent future deaths in custody. Pearson died from sepsis in December 2018. He was arrested and charged through an arson investigation. The inquest heard Pearson had asked to be taken to hospital at one point but was denied. One of the recommendations incorporating permanent medical staff at the police detention center. Jurors also recommend police staff immediately notifying a supervisor when people in custody request hospital treatment. Meanwhile, leaders with a national Muslim group are pushing the federal government to follow through on past recommendations to fight Islamophobia. This Saturday marks the 5th anniversary of the attack on the OPSEU family. The perpetrator, Nathaniel Veltman, was convicted of murder and his actions deemed terrorism by the court. The Canadian Muslim Public Affairs Council has released a new report urging the feds to invest $40 million to protect mosques and Muslim schools, which officials state is proportionate to recent funding announced for Jewish institutions. Stats Canada shows overall hate crime reports nearly tripled between 2018 and 2024, related in part to increases in both Islamophobia and anti-Semitism. A London couple is sharing their experience with Alzheimer's disease, hoping to help other people access treatment sooner. Rita Ismail reports.
You're playing golf this afternoon?
Yep.
Who are you playing with?
Just, I'm not sure.
For 70-year-old Bob Gardner, a retired OPP officer, living with early-stage Alzheimer's disease has been an adjustment.
Physically, I feel the same, but I may be talking to somebody and I'll forget what I'm saying to them also, and it's kind of hard that way.
Bob says with a family history of the disease, he recognized the warning signs and sought help early. The early diagnosis allowed him to qualify for a recently approved disease-modifying therapy that's designed to slow the progression. Bob is now receiving treatment, but the journey to access the drug wasn't easy. Now the Gardners are advocating for others living with the disease.
We are fortunate that he's able to get the infusions. And what it's helping our family, making memories and appreciating the time we have with him. Where there's others that are not so lucky, that they depend on our healthcare system for support.
Health Canada has approved 2 disease-modifying therapies for Alzheimer's. Experts say the treatments represent a major breakthrough.
So they don't just treat symptoms, but they slow the disease down. What that means for individual patients is huge. That means longer time with their function, longer time doing things that they enjoy, doing them independently, less dependence on their loved ones, and more quality time spent with their loved ones.
The Alzheimer's Society of Ontario is now urging the province to improve access, with more than 700 people already sending letters to their MPPs through actionfordementia.ca.
These drugs do exist. They are available. They're not covered. And so it's really important to us that ability to pay is not a barrier to access to these drugs where patients want it as part of their treatment plan and where they're going to be eligible.
For Bob and Wendy Gardner, the goal is simple: ensuring that more families facing an Alzheimer's diagnosis have the same opportunity to access treatment and gain precious time with their family. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
In tonight's edition of Healing in the Public Eye, Councillor Elizabeth Pelosa is sharing her experience undergoing chemotherapy treatment following breast cancer surgery.
Do you use foundation?
Yes.
Okay, do you use it every day?
No. Makeup's never been a strong suit for me, so when that many visual changes started happening, was definitely out of my depth of how to address them. So signed up for the Look Good, Feel Better workshop.
We offer a free 2-hour hair and cosmetic workshop for women with cancer, and we help them with the appearance-related side effects. I want you to smile. So that's the best part of putting that on. You get to smile into the mirror. Participants, when they come in, are very quiet and shy. They're not talking a whole lot. They don't know other women who have cancer. After 2 hours, it is truly magical what happens in that room. So the women are all talking, sharing different stories, and they all leave with a smile on their face.
You just feel so terrible inside, and sometimes you let that reflect outside. And for me, that the course, you can come in person, or if you're comfortable online.
Wonderful to see the transformation in the women. And it does give you confidence. And as I said, if you're not feeling well one day, just a quick lipstick, blush, and eyebrows get you out the door and you feel really good. We provide each of the women with their own kit, and all of the products have been donated by major cosmetic companies. And so we have them in different color ranges, so we're able to help all the women.
Knowing how to moisturize properly, your skin is just peeling off your entire body. Hair loss is throughout your body. Eyelashes are gone, eyebrows are gone, lips are cracking, and just knowing how to deal with some of those things.
Outside of the iris to the orbital bone and making a dot. So we're going to use short strokes that look like hairs. We really would like to get the word out because so many women don't know about it. And they're all of a sudden with other women that get it.
I'll probably start to care more once I can actually go back out in public. I've been kind of isolating after the pneumonia. I ended up being hospitalized for a week, so.
I personally have had cancer, and I can tell you that all the other women going through this program helped me when I had mine.
It's been a long time since I bothered to do full makeup again, and it's making you feel like normal. As you go through treatment and so many things change, and you might isolate more, you don't feel as confident in yourself, that you don't bother to do these things for yourself like you used to. So just getting that back and being reminded that you are still you and you are still beautiful.
Coming up, how Vancouver is breaking a Guinness World Record ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Strength in the financial sector boosted Canada's main stock index today. In Toronto, the TSX gained 416, and in New York, the Dow added 875, but the Nasdaq lost 23. The Canadian dollar is down 0.07 cents today, and on commodity markets, gold gained $38 an ounce, and oil fell almost $3 a barrel. We're premiering a new episode of our series Leading London. This week, Carlisle Fazette sat down with London's police chief, Ty Trung, for a wide-ranging conversation about his first 3 years on the job. Here's a clip from that interview.
On January 30th, 2024, under your leadership, London Police charged 5 former World Junior Hockey players with sexual assault after a previous London Police investigation under different leadership did not find grounds to lay such charges. Those players went on trial last summer. They were each acquitted. I could ask you a question about, the justice system, the burden of proof, different for police versus lawyers. What's fair in society when we go through these processes, and I'm sure you would give me a perfectly reasonable response to that, and we can get into that if you'd like to. I want to ask you, though, is when you first learned that they were acquitted, how did you feel?
Well, I can tell you I was... as a human being, I was not happy.
Okay.
I was not happy that they were acquitted whatsoever. The conduct and the behavior of what has occurred as a result of that investigation warranted criminal charges, 100%. Our investigators, upon the review and conducting that investigation, 100% warranted criminal charges. There's a saying that I've never forgotten. There is one way to win a trial and 100 ways to lose it at court. This is the outcome. It doesn't matter how I feel. They were acquitted. But I can tell you that there's impact to our members who worked very hard to investigate. There's impact to the victim and the survivor. There's impact to her family. There's impact to the broader community, and I would say society as a whole. The justice system is inherently very cruel to victims of crime and very cruel to victims of intimate partner violence. Not saying this is particularly in that box, but victims and survivors of sexual assault. It is an adverse process, and it's tough. It is tough for any survivor, and it's tough for families to watch their loved ones go through that. So, yeah, I was disappointed, but I respect the courts, and I respect the tough decisions that judges have to make.
Good evening. Mainly clear conditions overnight. We are seeing a few fair weather clouds, but no active weather in the forecast just yet. We'll start your Friday with lots of sunshine. A beautiful but hot day. First thing in the morning, temperatures already into the teens. Winds out of the southwest, and they'll start to pick up. Thanks, Beverly, for this photo of Ginger. If you are heading out for a walk in the morning, it is going to be gorgeous. Stay with us. Sunshine ending, showers moving in with the risk of thunderstorms heading into Friday night.
Full weather forecast, Julie.
Thanks so much, Lauren. Today was another picture-perfect day. We've had 11 days of sunshine and dry conditions. That's about to change as we head into your Friday night. We do have some showers in the forecast. But before we get there, your Friday is looking gorgeous but quite hot. Today, we saw the temperature quickly climb in the afternoon into the upper 20s. 10 degrees our low temperature last night. It will be milder right across southern Ontario tonight. Now, our upper level pattern has broken down. And yes, we're starting to see that rain moving into northern Ontario. A low pressure system out of the American Midwest will start to edge into the Great Lakes, and we have some rain in the forecast as we head into Friday night with the potential for some thunderstorms. We could even see that rain lingering through the early part of your Saturday. So as you take a look at the satellite radar, high pressure is holding over the area tonight, and there is a G3 level magnetic storm has been issued. So there is a potential to see the northern lights overnight. So keeping our fingers crossed. I know many people love to check out when that happens, so just to give you a bit of a heads up. As we go out 48 hours, you can see some rainfall that's moving just out over Lake Huron, so that'll be Friday evening. The probability of rain by Friday night, about a 70% chance, and there is the potential for some thunderstorms moving through. Some heavy pockets of rain associated with this. This is out ahead of the front that will cross the area on Saturday morning. Now, the air coming in behind it is not a whole lot colder, so temperatures are expected to stay on the very warm side as we move through the next 7. So going out that 48 hours by Saturday afternoon, you can see skies start to clear out. Still some instability, especially out over the lake, but we should get into some nice dry time by Saturday afternoon. Overnight lows anywhere between 15 and 17 degrees, so quite warm for this time of year, especially in comparison to how cool and comfortable it's been. So your Friday afternoon, a mix of sun and cloud and 31. The winds picking up out of the southwest, 20 with gusts to 40. As we roll through the next 7, the daytime high will dip a bit on Saturday. We do have showers in the forecast, 25 degrees, 27 on Sunday with a mix of sun and cloud, just a 30% chance of showers. This is not a lot in the way of days of rain in this forecast. So in terms of coming through that extremely dry stretch, we just have the opportunity for rain Friday night into Saturday. As we head into early next week, sunshine to mainly cloudy on Tuesday, but daytime highs from 29 to 30. But what you'll notice next week is the humidity. So we are expecting the humidity to be quite high, so it'll start to feel like the mid-30s, especially as we push through the week. So you'll notice the muggy air. You can see a slight probability as we move Wednesday through Thursday, about a 40% chance. And I think forecast models are just reading how humid it's going to be, so there is the potential for some pop-up showers. Midwestern Ontario, you'll have a nice mix of sun and cloud for your Friday. It will be a fantastic beach day, perhaps pool day for some. If you are working on Friday night, we're expecting that rain to move in with a chance of thunderstorms. Risk of showers lingering into Saturday, but Sunday looking great, especially through Grey Bruce with mainly sunny conditions, and we'll hold on to full sunshine as we head into Monday. That's a wrap tonight, Lauren. I'll send things back to you.
Thanks, Julie. Serena Williams has chosen to partner with a young Canadian star in her return to tennis. 19-year-old Victoria Mboko posted this photo today saying the Queen is back. Mboko and Williams will play in the women's doubles event in the UK. Mboko is currently ranked 9th in the world in singles and says Williams is her idol. Vancouver is ready to welcome the world ahead of the FIFA World Cup with a world record. CTV's Shannon Patterson explains.
The largest Canadian flag ever produced was installed on the Cut on Grouse Mountain Tuesday afternoon.
We were looking at something that, showcased our Canadian pride as the World Cup came to Vancouver.
We were originally planning on putting the flag horizontally across so that it could face the city. And then he said, just out of curiosity, what would it take to break the world record?
When Grouse learned there was a chance to break the Guinness World Record for largest flag unfurled on a mountain.
We made it 160 by 80 meters. And the flag is so big that we had to tilt it up onto its side just to fit onto the Cut.
Producing a flag this big is no easy task.
It was 20 days of printing it nonstop. It's 60 panels, and then we had to sew all of the panels together.
100 people helped install the giant flag, which is held in place with airplane cables and a dozen solid concrete blocks.
We carried it down the lengthwise of the hill, attached it to the cable, and then the whole team pulled it out at once. It was actually a remarkably smooth installation process.
I just saw it from my plane when I arrived yesterday, so was my first step to confirm this is the largest flag unfurled on a mountain.
After taking exact measurements, on Wednesday, a Guinness World Record adjudicator made it official.
Now you are officially amazing.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Congratulations.
I cannot believe this.
You made it. This is a new record title.
I grew up on Grouse Mountain. I've been coming up here since I was a tiny little kid. To get this opportunity to do this for our city during the FIFA World Cup while the world's eyes are on our beautiful city means everything to me.
The flag will remain in place at least through Canada Day.
When the flag is removed from Grouse Mountain, the material will not go to waste. It's being donated to charity.
And they make quilts and bags as well, so we'll donate the material to them.
And they'll make something out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the legacy continues.
Shannon Patterson, CTV News, North Vancouver.
That's our time tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I'm Lauren Stallone. Have a good night.